the next step is to know the distribution channel. The distribution channel. How are you going to distribute this value to the customers you have identified? So what channel are you going to be using to pass on this value to the end users? So is it going to be an online business? Are you going to be delivering value through a website, social media, such as Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram? Are you going to be distributing this value through a depot, a physical store? So what is the distribution channel? Is it going to be some self-service, self-checkout on a website? So it's important you understand how you intend to distribute this value. For musicians, when talking about distribution, you'll be talking of the online stores, music platforms, where your music can be streamed or purchased. So for authors, you'll be thinking about Amazon or Amazon Kindle or other outlets. You know, if you're going to be using physical bookshops or strictly online for the ebook. So the distribution channel, how are you going to share this value to the users or the customer segment you've identified? How are you going to give the value to the customers? So that is the distribution channel. The step requires you to decide what distribution channel you are going to be using. The next step is customer relationship. Okay, so how are you going to be relating with the customer or the users of the product you are bringing out? Okay, so how are you going to be relating with the customer? Are you going to be using some email management systems to get the emails? Maybe you get them to subscribe to your mailing list and you get the emails and you send the value to them and you relate via email. Is this how you would be relating? Are you going to be relating virtually? Is it the relationship going to be strictly virtually online? Is it going to be an automated relationship? Is it going to be a one-to-one, one-on-one, person-to-person relationship? Is it going to be a mass relationship? An easy way of looking at it is think about the relationship most mobile telecommunication networks have with most of their customers. That's a mass relationship. They can send one generic message to everyone, you know, so the relationship there is a mass, you know. Then think of the relationship a teacher has with let's say a piano teacher and a piano student. Most times there's some personal elements of the interaction between them. So what kind of relationship are you going to be having with the end users? So how are you going to manage that relationship? So that's the next thing you'd have to decide, and take note of that as well. The next step is the key activities. All right, you have this project, you have this product, you have this new idea you're trying to bring to life. So what are the key activities that you would need to do in order for this product or project to come to life? Some examples of activities can be research and development, you know, researching and developing just to bring the product to life. Another activity can be marketing and advertising. So another activity can be designing. Another activity can be procurement, logistics, deliveries, making deliveries, trainings. So those are some examples of activities. So what are those activities, those key activities that has to be done in order for your idea to be developed? So you have to take notes of them, write them down, and it's going to help you have a better picture of what you would need to be doing in order to deliver or produce what you intend to produce. The next step is resources, the key resources. So what are those key resources? What are those things? The key resources here are those things that you need to put in place, or those things that you need to have in order for you to efficiently and effectively carry out the key activities you have highlighted in the previous step. So you have these activities you have to do. For instance, if you have to do the training activity, then what are those things you need to do? What are those things you would need to do in order for you to train, in order for you to offer the trainings? So example can be the training materials, the training venue. Is it going to be like a learning facility somewhere or on Zoom online? So the trainer, would there be light refreshments, certificates? So you can see those are resources needed for you to effectively carry out the activity of training. Okay, so in order for you to understand the key resources you would need, you can just have a look at the activities you've written down in the previous step and ask yourself, what are those resources I would need to carry out these activities? So that will give you an idea of the resources, the key resources you would need. Okay, more examples of resources can be the staff, people working for you, or the people who need to work to make this happen. So if you are going to be doing logistics, you need a logistics driver as a resource. You need a logistics van as a resource. So you see the example. So this step is know the key resources. What are those resources you need? If you're getting value from this video, like, share, and click the subscribe button at the bottom of the video right now. Also, if you want more details on the steps shared in this video, use the link in the description below this video to get access to my book from start to finish.